All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed.
Talk to a guy who says that I caused the problem.
Telling you about it. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting the body, and you gotta tell him no.
Steve Harvey has been popular for decades because of his game show, Family Feud, and the talk show he hosts. But in recent times, people are beginning to change their opinions of him as alleged ties have been unveiled between him and Diddy. During a recent interview, comedian Katt Williams reviewed some shocking news about Steve Harvey, with talks of having video evidence to prove his point, and the entertainment industry has been quiet since then. Do you think Katt Williams is speaking facts? Is Diddy abusing Lori the way he did Cassie? Is there anything going on between Diddy and Steve Harvey? Is Lori and Diddy a cover-up for the rap mogul's gay ways? Stay till the end, cause you're not gonna believe this one. Lori Harvey was born January 13th, 1997, to Marjorie Harvey, Steve Harvey's current wife. Although her real father is not known to the public, Steve adopted her after getting married to her mother. Since the adoption, they built a close relationship, and he always took her on dates, presenting himself as the perfect father.
You got 3 kids, Marjorie had kids. How was the blended family? How did that work, Steve?
Oh, that's hard. I
thought you were gonna get me cool by y'all like, oh,
no, that's hard, dog.
Although Steve claimed to have had a hard time building a family of love for his children from his former wives and Lori Harvey, he managed to pull through. Now, while Steve Harvey seems like the perfect father figure to Lori Harvey, it's quite the contrary for his kids with his ex-wives. Steve Harvey's oldest son revealed that his father wasn't present in his life until he turned 16.
I didn't really have my dad full-time into my life until I was 16.
You may be quick to think, well, isn't he already present in his son's life now? What does that have to do with anything? After his son moved into his house with his other brothers, the children started to endure physical abuse from Steve Harvey. One time, the talk show host was investigated by the police and Child Protective Services for putting his hands on his second son. The abuse was so bad that his son had issues urinating for days and had physical injuries all over his body. Now that the kids are older, a new set of allegations have dropped. Sometime around the summer of 2019, rumors of Lori Harvey being romantically linked to P. Diddy started to surface on the internet. They were seen being lovey-dovey in public spaces and holding hands whenever they were out together. Their relationship was popular for 2 specific reasons. The first one being that Lori was close friends with Kim Porter, Diddy's wife who passed away. The Combs and Harvey families have been friends for years, with Steve and Diddy's friendship dating way back to 2005. So it was no surprise that Lori was close to Kim. When Kim died, Lori wrote a heartfelt tribute, appreciating the life Kim lived and being glad that she was able to tell her how much she loved and missed her before her passing. They were close. But less than a year after Kim Porter died, Lori started dating P. Diddy. Although they never officially confirmed their romance, P. Diddy's son claimed they just wanted to keep everything private. However, they didn't do much of a great job keeping it private because they were still photographed publicly. The second reason people were angry about the relationship between Lori and Diddy was because of the age difference. Lori was 22 and Diddy was 49 when the relationship started, making him old enough to be her father and around the same age as Steve Harvey. Fans of Steve assumed he would interfere in the relationship, but he seemed to be on board with the idea. How would you be comfortable seeing an older man in a relationship with your daughter? Why couldn't you intervene? Was there more to the story than they could tell everybody? Did Diddy abuse Lori Harvey? After Lori and Diddy started dating, people began to notice some changes in Lori Harvey's fashion. Lori was spotted many times in public with white nail polish on her finger and toenails, which led people to think about Cassie and Diddy's other relationships. Whenever any of Diddy's former girlfriends were out with him in public, they always wore white nail polish, and that seemed like too much of a coincidence. In Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy, she claimed that Diddy had a preference for white nails because of the activities he used to force her to do with other men. Was it that Lori Harvey had also fallen into his abusive patterns? Since P. Diddy had a public record of being violent with women, people had hoped that Steve Harvey wouldn't let his daughter be with that kind of man. If we're being honest, Steve Harvey is very quick to advise women to stay away from abusive relationships. So why did he allow his daughter to get involved with a known abuser?
Music mogul and rapper Sean Diddy Combs has faced 4 different lawsuits in recent weeks alleging and abuse, all of which he has denied. The first of those came from singer Cassie Ventura, known as Cassie, who accused Combs and during the decade they were together.
Steve Harvey goes on vacation with Diddy and Lori. During one of Lori and Diddy's boat cruises, Steve Harvey was spotted at the table rubbing shoulders with Diddy. Not only was Steve Harvey aware of Diddy's past relationships with women and how they ended, he was comfortable with his beloved daughter interlocking hands with Diddy in his presence. Could it be that he was only pretending to love Lori Harvey in public? Did Steve actually care for his stepdaughter? As the relationship unfolded, comedian Katt Williams revealed that Lori Harvey was nothing more than an ATM to Steve Harvey. According to Katt, the talk show host didn't actually love his stepdaughter and only put her in public space so he can sell her off to the highest bidder. While those are heavy and serious allegations, it makes one wonder, why doesn't he put his biological children in the limelight as much as he does to Lori Harvey? It could be a matter of preference on Lori's part, but Steve's 2 oldest daughters have shown interest in the entertainment industry. Why wasn't he also peddling their image? If someone were to hear about Steve for the first time, they would assume Lori was his only child. Why? He rarely talks about his other children, almost like he's trying to protect them from something. Anyway, based on Katt Williams' account of Lori and Diddy's relationship, Steve Harvey was on that boat cruise because he had his own plans with Diddy. What were those plans? Relations with P. Diddy. A secret relationship? Katt Williams is quite popular for breaking down conspiracies in Hollywood and shedding light on topics that people would have otherwise ignored. In recent times, Katt has been on a row, accusing people of the most outlandish things, and Steve Harvey wasn't exempt from the case. After accusing Steve Harvey of selling Lori Harvey to different big names in Hollywood, he went on to claim that Steve was involved with Diddy. Katt claimed that Steve went on that boat cruise with Diddy and Lori because he was also sleeping with the rap mogul. But how true is this statement? It's true that Diddy and Steve have been close for the longest time, and they have helped to build each other's careers. It is also true that Steve Harvey loves to attend Diddy's parties, which many people have claimed is suspicious and has a lot of weird stuff going on.
Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
So if people suspected that stuff was going on between Diddy and Steve Harvey, it was oddly normal. However, so far, Steve Harvey has maintained that his is straight and that he is not attracted to men. So Katt's story may be fake or real, but with no evidence for others to confirm. The cover-up. Although it is not clear whether Diddy and Steve are in love with each other, it's clear that Steve isn't fazed by Diddy's questionable behavior. First of all, not only did Steve Harvey not stop Lori from dating Diddy, he also went on dates with them. So he was showing his approval of the relationship. Despite his awareness of the level of abuse Diddy dealt to the women he dates. While it was public knowledge that Diddy was an abuser, Steve Harvey also invited him on his show, where most of his fan base are women, with some of them also suffering from abuse. It appears that Steve is trying to launder the image of P. Diddy. As if all that wasn't enough, Steve has been quiet ever since 4 different women came out to sue P. Diddy for abusing them. Steve Harvey is definitely an enabler of P. Diddy, and at this rate, his reputation may go under alongside the rap moguls. What do you think of this love triangle? Let us know in the comments how you feel. If you enjoyed today's video, ensure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you in the next video.